to start with, 42 years is a long time. It kind of gives you pause to think about what all has happened and what's occurred over that period of time. But it's the early 1980s, and Bill and Kathy are coming to the racetrack with two little bitty kids, Billy and Wendy, and coming to our ARCA tracks at Toledo and Flat Rock, and winning races there. And we got victory lane photos with Billy and Wendy being little bitty kids. And you know, immediately you understood they worked hard, they raced hard, they were successful at what they were doing, and they went about it as a business. Bill and Kathy Venturini talked us at ARCA into going to the SEMA show and walking the floor of that show to try to pick up front fender contingency decal sponsorships. They were already doing that themselves. So it was no surprise that when in 1987 they won the championship, and then again in '92. So they were always a championship caliber team, but they always were working the corners, and they were always making sure every little bit of what was available out there to them, they were getting that. They were very promotional minded. Everyone knows about the Ultra Blue pit crew, the all-female pit crew. That was unheard of prior to then. And this was the real deal. You know, we were doing live pit stops with 35 car fields at Salem, and these ladies went over the wall and changed tires and fueled the car and kept Bill on the lead lap. So that was not a gimmick, that was a real deal that they then used as promotion to earn a sponsorship. So again, they're running their business like a business. And so that they were just very successful. And then came Billy's era, where Billy really took it to another level, established relationships with Toyota, had a lot of drivers come through, and Billy focused on driver development, and that was when big numbers started coming in terms of success. And so you look at what has been accomplished over those years, you know, over 100 pole award positions, over 100 victories, all the championships. And so as a race team, you know, it means a lot to us that the Venturinis elected to make their home and run their business here in ARCA. And not everybody does that. You know, there's a lot of folks who they're here and they're successful and they move forward and they become part of the NASCAR National Series, and that's kind of what we do here. But we're very appreciative of people like the Venturinis, because this has been their home. And again, going back to the you know, it's over 40 years of having them in the garage and having Bill and Kathy come up and check in at the hauler, and you know, Bill driving and Kathy crew chiefing and Billy driving, and all three of them then being team owners and building this team that became a juggernaut in the 00s and the 10s and into the 20s. So we're going to miss having them here, but we expect them to be here visiting with us, and we certainly want to have them around. It's been great having them around, and you know, on a personal basis, it just means a lot to me that they've been with us for as long as they have, and we're very appreciative of it. We're going to miss them, but we'll still get to see them because I know that their heart's in the sport and their heart's in ARCA, and we'll always welcome them back anytime.